This shit crazy, yo. This shit crazy.
Hey. Hey, come here. Did you just push him?
Yeah, he pushed
me.
me.
Why?
He pushed me.
Hey, he got the fucking camera. He didn't push you.
All right.
Get the fuck out of here before I fuck you up, bitch. I watched everything. You a fucking bitch. Hey, don't you ever touch my fucking cameraman.
Don't fucking do that shit.
Guess what? He pushed this guy for no reason.
No, he didn't fucking
I
touch
saw
me.
everything.
Don't
It's on fucking camera. It's on fucking camera. It's on fucking camera. It's on fucking camera. It's on fucking camera.
It's on fucking camera. Oh my god, people, I'm back! I'm fucking back, dude. I was only gone for 1 week, but I had to. Welcome to the DynamiteGizmo podcast, everyone. Episode 200 and something. 200 and something! I always forget to keep track, dude. I always forget to keep track. We need to know what episode I'm on. I need to take a look right now. Here's today's card. It's tradition around here to show you the card, but it's not tradition to show you what's on the card, but you'll find out anyway because we'll talk about it. It's time to see what episode I'm on. 246. Should have been 247. Wait, that's not what episode we're on? Yeah, we are. We are on 247. Should have been 248. We're on 247. Should have been 248. Okay? I was sick as a dog. You ever seen a dog before? I was just as sick as one. Last week. Cold, flu, nausea, heartburn, headache, cold sweats. I had it all. So I said, you know what? We're not going to do a podcast today. That's what I said last week. And it sucked. I got to admit, it sucks. When you get into a rhythm for basically forever, when you get into a nice rhythm, whatever your rhythm is, because we know we like rhythms. As human beings, we're all about the rhythm. Get the rhythm, get the flow. And when you break the rhythm, it messes shit up, dude. So what's going on in the UFC news lately? Not a whole lot. There's a whole lot of everything, but it's also a whole lot of nothing. It's just a lot of talk. A lot of, I don't want to fight this guy. Even though we have the most anticipated fights, even though I'm supposed to be the guy that everyone's looking forward to this year, I'm not going to fight. Islam doesn't want to fight Ilia. Dricus broke his fucking shin. And now he's out till 2026, apparently. So we can't even have Khamzat versus Dricus. And Jones versus Aspinall, there's no movement whatsoever. Not even slightly, not even a little bit. We saw this post. No movement on John Aspinall. Dricus du Plessis is injured. Islam's not wanting to fight Ilia. Okay? But Ilia did just come out on record. And he said, the camp has begun. The camp has begun, dude. And we know this motherfucker's not going to fight unless it comes to unless a belt comes his way. Understandably so. But they have to do something. They have to do something. You know, John Jones and Tom Aspinall's not happening. Probably ever. Which is the most disappointing thing I've ever had to spew out this fucking mouth of mine. So they said, okay, let's go ahead and get Dricus and Khamzat in. Fantastic matchup, right? Let's get Dricus and Khamzat in. Nope. Dricus had to break his shin. Okay, so we have no choice but to get Topuria up there. We've got International Fight Week. Who's it going to be? We can't have the first two options I said, so let's use Topuria. But we can't put Topuria up against any regular old schlum. We need a title fight. And not just any title fight, it has to be a major title fight. So it still isn't confirmed who it is that Ilia Topuria is fighting. But it has to be Islam. Who the fuck else is it going to be? Yeah, it could be Charles. Yeah, it could be maybe Armin. Who knows? But what I'm saying is they need a title match for International Fight Week. This seems to be happening. I know this happens a lot in this sport. In the old UFC, this happens a lot. But doesn't it seem like lately it's been happening way more often than not? Way more often than not. And as it sits right now, we could potentially not have any of the fights that we were hoping for this year. We might not have any of them. Think about last year. We had Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. We were ready for those fuckers twice, and they got squashed both times. And Alex Pereira had to save the day. We don't need saviors anymore. But there's been... So Caio Borralho, if you have or have not heard, which you probably have heard if you're in the MMA space, Caio Borralho has spoken up. He's putting his lips forward, and he said, hey guys, I heard you're looking for a replacement for Dricus. Huh? We know he's going to be out, so why not throw me into the mix against Khamzat? Interim title. And you know what? Pretty fucking sick if you ask me. Pretty fucking sick, dude. Where's the post? Here it is. Huh? Khamzat said yes. The only thing that makes sense is the interim belt. All right? That doesn't mean it's happening. But I wouldn't be mad about this. Who would be mad about this? Caio Borralho? Now, mind you, he's not nearly as big of a name as Dricus, obviously. I mean, he doesn't have the belt. But if we look at we got to look at it as from the fighting nerds' perspective. They want to push these fighting nerds, and they're pushing the fighting nerds. Look at what's happened this year. All three of them have already fought, and they've all dominated. Let's get Caio in there right away. If Caio dominates right away, the fighting nerds' legacy is going to accelerate rapidly. Okay? I shouldn't have said all three of them fought yet. Carlos is about to fight this weekend, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's as if the universe is telling us something. These are the next guys. We're seeing all this shit happening. We're being disappointed left, right, and center. Why not give the fighting nerds a chance? Throw Caio up in there. Who gives a fuck? Okay. What's the guy's name? Imavov? I gotta look up the UFC right now. Because there is the fella who just defeated Israel Adesanya. What the hell's his name? Imavov? Imavev? Amivuv? Imavuv. Imavov. Nasruddin Imavov. Technically speaking, if you're going to go for an interim title, we should probably put that guy up there against Khamzat. But is that as exciting as Caio? Not even fucking close. If the fighting nerds are ever going to get a 0 on their record, this would be the matchup to do so. This would be it. Now, we've got Ian Garry and Carlos Prates this weekend. That's a close one, but I still think Carlos has a very good chance. I wouldn't be sad if Ian Garry took it. But I wouldn't be mad either. But I think when it comes to Caio Baralho versus Khamzat, I would have to go for Khamzat on that one. But if Caio won, now we're talking. All right, now we have our superstars. It wouldn't just be one superstar. We'd have 4 of them. Instantly. All right? There's no one else who's going to be a superstar. Fuck Sean O'Malley. Fuck Merab. Okay, they're great. They're great in their own way, but you can sensationalize the fighting nerds. They can turn into something magnificent. And look how far we've come just this year with these guys. Think about what happened last year. Alex was somebody, and he was known. But last year accelerated that man to a whole new level because he was a savior. Not only was a savior, but he was dominating every time he saved the cards. I think we can do the same with the fighting nerds. And if we get them through this year, think about how big they're going to be next year and the years to come. They're going to be the face of the UFC if we play these cards right. Now, once again, at the beginning of this year, I did make my predictions as to who would have the belt. I was wrong about Umar. I was wrong about Diego, but I was right in the fact that he was going to fight for the belt this year. But I was wrong about those two. I also said Khamzat is going to get the belt. And I said he's going to get the belt no matter what. So I might be a curse. I might be a curse to the UFC itself. Every time I make a prediction, it goes the exact opposite direction of whatever I say. So I said I think Khamzat's going to win. The belt, I mean. But him going up against Dricus, I still think he would have won. Him going up against Caio, I think he has more of a chance to win. But again, if Caio won, it's going to be the cream of the fucking crop, dude. And I think because because we already know at this point there has to be an interim title. We still don't know exactly what Dricus's injury is, but apparently by the sounds of it, from the wise words of the journalists who know what they're talking about in the UFC, they're pretty sure that it's a shin injury. And shin injuries, they don't heal quickly. So he won't be able to fight till 2026. So we're going to need to interim that baby up. And Kyle was the first to jump on it, too. He was the first to jump on it. And apparently, he was actually the one. Speaking of Imavov, he was actually supposedly the one who was going to face Imavov on 317, the Dricus versus Khamzat card. He would have been on the undercard. It probably would have been on the main card, not the prelims. It might have even been the co-main event. Who knows? But this was him and DC whispering about.
Nice. I like him too. What do you fight?
2028.
Against
Big time.
big time. That's like number one.
But no one knows yet.
Yeah, I won't say.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, are these sort of things orchestrated? You know what I mean? Like, why are they being secretly filmed and mic'd up? If they didn't want this information out, why, like, they're being filmed and they're mic'd up, so it's like a little suspicious. So he was going to go against Imavov anyway. So if he did, he would have, and he won, he would have got that number 1 spot. Now Imavov's just getting swept under the rug. And he's not even Imavov's not even stepping up to say anything. Imavov's not even coming up and going like, hey, guys, I'm the number one contender. I just beat Israel Adesanya. Hello. Throw me in for the interim title. But he ain't saying shit. It's Caio. So I guess he doesn't give a damn. And it makes me question. What if this is all part of everything? What about every time you hear someone call someone out? It's just all insider scoops. It's the UFC being like, okay, Caio, I need you to make this video calling out for the interim title. That'd be kind of cool if that was the case. But I think you got to remember the fact that it is still sports entertainment. So even though, technically speaking, Imavov would deserve that title shot, Caio for sure would sell that fight much more. He would. We need to push the fighting nerds. We really do. You could say they're an industry plant. I don't give a shit. But they're superstars, baby. They're superstars. And they can fight. Who would you rather see? Imavov versus Khamzat? Boring. Or Caio Barajo? After Ruffy made knockout of the year, Jean Silva submitted Bryce Mitchell at his own game after all that fucking build-up and controversy, and Prates is about to face Ian Garry this weekend with who knows what the fuck's going to happen. Imagine if Prates wins this weekend. And then we have Caio right up after them. It's almost... You have to do it. You almost have to do it. It would be stupid not to. You know what else is crazy? Is all four of them are in different weight classes, so they all can have their opportunity to fight. It's almost like the perfect... It's the perfect fucking recipe for a superstar. A superstar combo platter. It's like a 5-star fucking meal served up on a 5-star silver tray right in front of us. The fighting nerds, dude. You gotta be on board. You gotta be on board for the nerds. Yeah, you know what? You know what would be great? Is to have Ilia versus Islam main event, International Fight Week. I'm going to sneeze. And co-main event, Caio Barajo versus Khamzat for the interim middleweight title. That would be beautiful. I think that's a crispy clean replacement for whatever the fuck was supposed to happen. Okay? And then at least we got that out of the way. All right? We got 2 out of the 3 fights that we were looking forward to this year out of the way. And then we just got John Jones versus Tom Aspinall, which by this point, I don't think it's ever going to happen. And we had Chael Sonnen up here saying initially, oh, it's a done deal. The contract's signed and ready to go. They just need a date. And then the next day, he's like, it's not happening. Guess what is happening? Tom Aspinall is fighting Cyril Gane for, guess what? The interim title. He said that. Those were the words that came out of his stupid mouth. And it pissed me off, dude. It pissed me off. What do you mean for the interim title? What do you mean? He already has it. He already defended it. This is so stupid. This is so stupid. This is the kind of shit that shouldn't happen. I don't give a fuck if it's Jon Jones. I don't give a fuck if it's Jon Jones, dude. This shouldn't happen. He should be stripped of that fucking shit. This is the dumbest fucking shit ever. It's so dumb. Make the fight or don't. But don't fucking hang on like this. Take the fucking belt from Jon Jones. Or don't fucking put up the interim title. How about that? Either take the belt from Jon or never fucking do interim titles ever again, because when you pull shit like this, it's fucking pointless. There's no point in having an interim title if you can just do this shit. There's no point. It's so stupid. Okay? And by the way, there's some more disappointing news for those who do give a shit. Apparently, Sean O'Malley posted a story, or someone posted a story, where Sugar Sean O'Malley was in the shot, and he was on crutches. So we're just getting injuries left, right, and center, dude. Look at him. Crutching it up, baby. Crutching it up. All right, and there's more. There's more. There's more evidence. There's more proof. Here he is playing some Pokem's or something. If you go to the next page, it's kind of hard to see what's going on here, but if you give it a little zoom. Actually, you know what? It doesn't look like shit. Someone said zoom in and it looks like his leg is wrapped up, but I don't know. I don't know, dude, but clearly this, he is for sure on crutches. And it does look wrapped here. So, guess what, guys? Everyone's just injuring themselves. 2025, the year of injuries and disappointments. The year of let's make fight announcements and then let's back out and not let them happen. How about that? How about you know what? Fuck everybody. How about that? Anyone who has a belt, fuck ya. Okay? We're just not going to fight. Jon Jones isn't going to fight. Islam's not going to fight. Drickus isn't going to fight. Sean O'Malley's not going to fight. Fuck the UFC. How about just burn it to the ground? We don't fucking need the UFC anymore. Just fucking get rid of it. And honestly, I couldn't even care less about the Sugar Sean and Merab fight to begin with, but you know what? Why not? Have another fucking replacement. But sometimes there is a silver lining. Even though we don't get to have Sugar Sean O'Malley rematch Merab, maybe this would give an opportunity for Pantoja to step up to bantamweight and take on Merab. Now we're talking. All right? That's a better fight than Sean O'Malley to begin with. That would be way more exciting. Then I'd actually be stoked. Why don't we do that? Okay? Because Pantoja's got no one left. Who the fuck else is Pantoja going to fight? Besides Kai Kara France. Which I guess that was a fight that was in the works of possibly happening. But if Sean's out, then guess what? Bring Pantoja up. All right, because I guess we could do fucking Peter Yan again versus Merab. But we need something exciting, dude. There has to be at least one fight. At least one that we can look forward to this year. And so far, everything has been squashed. Everything. Even at the beginning of the fucking year. The first fight of the year. Arman and Islam. canceled. Every fucking one of them, dude. It's crazy. All right, 314 was a great card. Fantastic. All right? But that wasn't something we were looking forward to. I mean, yeah, we looked forward to it when we found out about it, but we didn't know Ilia was going to vacate that belt and Volkanovski was going to have a shot at it again. We didn't know that was going to happen, but it happened, and it was great. It was fantastic. Best card of the year. But we have fights that we have been looking forward to and that we're expecting to happen. But people keep fucking injuring themselves. This is why we need aliens. This is why we need aliens on this planet. Because we need their technology to come down to Earth so that they can put shields around the fighters that we need to stay healthy. They can shield them with their fancy futuristic technology. Put little shin guards around Drickus. Make sure his little shin bones don't fucking break when they're training. Or maybe they could just touch him with their magical little hands and fix his shin bones. Because as it sits right now, we might go the rest of the year with trash after trash after trash. 2025 might be the year of trash for UFC. But we're not even halfway through, so we can't say that yet. Maybe they'll bring Ngannou back. Maybe it'll be Ngannou versus Tom Aspinall. Who knows? Who knows? But one thing I do know is that this weekend we have some nice shit. Okay? Again, another replacement fight, by the way. So it's supposed to be, I don't know if you remember, Khalil versus Jamal Hill. Which it got pushed ahead, so we're not missing it. But honestly, this is much better. Ian Garry versus Prates. Ian Garry versus Prates. Ian Garry versus Prates. As I said earlier, at this point, the Fighting Nerds are the next superstars of the UFC collectively. They're the Ninja Turtles, as my video essay states. If you saw it or you haven't seen it, at the end I made a little video, kind of promoting Bryce Mitchell, hoping that he could stop the path forward of the Fighting Nerds, and he didn't. He didn't do it, but that's okay. So that means at this point, Prates has to win. Prates has to keep the Fighting Nerds at 0. He has to, dude. Now, I love Ian Garry. You know I love Ian Garry, and I don't want him to lose. But I don't want him to fuck up the reign of the Fighting Nerds. Who am I picking, man? I want Garry and I want Prates. I want them both to win. Can we just have it be a draw? Just kidding. I know in a previous episode I said that if Prates loses, he still has a ways to go, and this isn't going to affect his career at all, and he'll still rise up those ranks no matter what, even if he loses to Ian Garry. And then I also said Ian Garry needs this win in order to get his next shot at the belt. Because if Ian Garry loses this is his second short notice fight that he will lose in a row, and he'll knock back down, dude, and he'll have to climb harder back up that ladder to get his shot at the belt. Because I do want to see Ian Garry have a shot at the belt. Like I said, even if Ian Garry doesn't win the belt, I would like to see that Mama Jamma at least have a shot at it. But here we are, at a crossroads. Two of my favorite motherfuckers face each other to rip each other's shorts. Remember that? Remember when Ian Garry fought Shavkat? Or maybe it was MVP. One of them. His shorts got ripped. They ripped him. Right where the asshole is. He got his oil checked, as they say. And his asshole ripped wide open. And you could see his arse. You couldn't. You could see his boxers, but... So I'm gonna go for Prates, I guess. I guess I'm gonna go for Prates this weekend. What else am I gonna do? I have no choice. So that clip we showed at the beginning with Rampage Jackson, he live streams on Kick now. And he was at a bar and someone pushed his cameraman and he didn't like that. But I like it. I like this video. I like Rampage. I like seeing Rampage get amped up. So one other final little fun fact of crispy goodness. We had a fighter removed from the roster. Caolan Loughran. I don't know how to say it. He's gone. An Irish gentleman. I was liking what he was doing, dude. Do you know who he is? Here. Let me show you. You're going to know him right away. He's got a big, thick head. Big, thick head. Here he is. Look at him. Oh, he's gone, dude. They got rid of him. It doesn't say why he got removed. But he might have resigned. Because he's not retiring. He's like 24. Or some shit. Maybe he's 30. He's young. He's a young black kid. He's so black, dude. And he decided that he's done. So what's going to happen? What do we know? We don't know anything. I'm not talking about Loughran anymore. I'm talking about UFC in general. What's going to happen? There's no updates. There's no Krupp dates. We've been waiting patiently. All we heard yesterday is that Ilia Topuria has started his training camp. But that's it. We don't know who he's fighting. Who's he going to fight? Islam? Makhachev? I don't know, dude. I'm not a Russian evangelist. Could you imagine if they put Ilia up against... Who else could they do? Let's see. If I go to UFC.com, have you ever been? You should check it out. Oh. Okay, lightweight. What do we got here? Well, he's not... No, they wouldn't put him against Dustin Poirier. Because Dustin's going to fight in his homeland. So who do we get Charles. Well, Armin Charles, Justin, Max, Dan Hooker. Anything other... Well, I guess there's Patty. Those guys have been going at it. What if it was Ilia versus Patty? That wouldn't happen, though. It will happen eventually. What if that's what it was? I honestly wouldn't be sad about that. But I don't know. There's nothing else I have to say. This is a short episode, and that's okay. That's okay, dude. It doesn't have to be long episodes every single time. You idiot. Don't press the wrong button. Okay? So if you're liking the DynamiteGizmo podcast, or not, You have no choice. You have to like, you have to comment, you have to subscribe. Even if you hate my guts, which most people do, so it's understandable, you have to just do all that stuff. Go ahead, do it. Don't be shy.